But we'll see a good one in a BDS Team Queso game. Let's watch one BDS Team Queso game that I have seen this replay, and I saved it for stream because I thought it was really interesting. Business, thanks for the gifted sub to It's Your Boy Will. We'll start this one off on Monkey Moon POV. So like Monkey Moon immediately slightly turning to the left here. So he either tried to predict that this kickoff was going to go left based on what's happening, or Mark called that he'd try and force it to the left and Monkey Moon just went that way. Interesting to see. And then Extra totally beans it. Extra just like, sorry if you're here, man, but this is not your best moment. So I'm sorry, we won't watch it again. Miss me roasting NA. Sorry, man. I mean, I'm not roasting NA. I'm just like pointing out what's happening in these games. Yeah, Team Queso, for anyone who's not aware, I'm sure there's some people who have not watched EU regionals because there's just too much Rocket League these days. Team Queso are very, very scary when you give them you know, time on the ball. They're very, very good making big plays in offense. But in this matchup, we're currently in game 3, BDS up 2-0. Or no, we're in game 3. I think BDS are 1-1. I think is it 1-1? No, I think it's 2-0. Yeah, Rise totally beans this. Monkey Moon getting a decent outplay there in the corner, still has control, but Rise has to make contact. Extra with a very nice shot. This time Monkey Moon doesn't make an early move in the kickoff and tries to grab the boost right in front of Extra. I'm not sure about this one. I mean, I guess they just really wanted to make sure that they got the boost and not Rise. Yeah, Monkey Moon definitely a little bit all over the place in this kickoff. Ambitious block. Smart by Rise to just not hit the ball into Monkey Moon. Simply just goes around him. Very impressive. Yeah, BDS common English. Yeah, where does Monkey Moon rotate? Straight back to the play. So like, everybody is saying you gotta rotate away from the ball. Lies, because notice how many players are in the game right now for BDS. It's Mark. Mark's the only player. Monkey Moon out of the game. Extra also out of the game. They both went for the same terrible block and they're both missed. So where do they go? They go right back to the ball. They're like, nope, we need to help Mark. Luckily Mark had it all under control, so they didn't need to help anyone. Mark was godly. Extra really getting forward into this play as well. Like, this flip is a bit suspect. Right before a 50-50 happens, this is definitely a mistake. Like, when a 50-50 is about to go down, like, the whole point of a 50-50 is that you don't know which way the ball's going to go. Sometimes you can, like, you know, put yourself in a position to react quickly, but when you're mid-flip, you can't move. You're committed. So, like, this whole landing process is not ideal. So it's definitely a mistake by Extra there. A couple of mistakes by Extra at the start of the game. He expected the ball to go to the wall. Well, in that case, maybe wave dash, because if you're, let's go back to the Extra play. Like, if you're trying to predict what happens on a 50-50 and be ready for it, like, if he expects this ball to, you know, bounce forward and he wants to have more speed to play with, then the best play is to wave dash. You jump and then you wait and see what happens. If what you wanted to happen happens, great. Wave dash, there's your burst of speed. And now you're moving in for the play. But by flipping, he's fully committed in hope that what he wants to happen will happen. And it might not happen. It's not confirmed yet. And in fact, it doesn't happen. And actually, you know, in another 50-50, it could have gone even worse. And this is just a goal for Joyo, you know? Like, you can't just fully commit like this and hope that it goes the way you think it's going to go. And that's why wave dashes are so good, is because you get the burst of speed at the end of the maneuver, so you can use it reactively to what happens, and also you aren't committed at any point. You have full control at all points. Like if it doesn't happen, if you know, jump and the ball doesn't go forward, okay, just land and turn around. Oh, it did go forward? Cool, wave dash, now we're in the play. It's just a better, more safe way to maneuver. This is a very nice snap turn by Vatira. Bang. It's higher than Monkey Moon is expecting. Higher than Joyo was expecting as well, apparently, but Vatira really ripped that. Monkey Moon deciding that that's worth a shot. Rise saves it this time. That's a crazy good read by Monkey Moon. He realizes it's awkward for Extra, so in this position Extra is back, but Monkey Moon immediately realizes that Extra is not going to be able to jump, or he's not going to be able to drive up the wall and clear this, which would be the best case scenario. So what does he do? He just like perfectly reads it and sends it sideways. Like this is a ridiculous read. He'll just be like, yep, no problem, I'm just going to put that in the back corner. I mean, what? What on earth? Now he's got not a lot of boost, so I think Monkey Moon wants Mark to go here. Yeah, Mark should go. Oh, he's getting demoed, but yeah, I think Mark probably should go here. Monkey Moon, you know, ideally at this point has communicated to Mark that he doesn't have any boost. The ball is way too far away from the wall for somebody with 18 boost to reach. So at that moment, it's up to Mark to go and stop Vatira from getting an undefendable shot off. The problem is that Joyo's coming in and trying to bump him, and Mark just doesn't recover from the demo dodge in time to save a shot. So it's really good off the ball play by Joyo. Since we were like talking about those plays in the context of NRG, I suppose it makes sense to watch this one from Joyo. Yeah, immediately ball cam off, looking for the third man. See, it's not even, there's no moment where he's waiting. It's instant. Like we're like looking at positions like this where Squishy, and I think there was one play where Dustin did it, but he did actually go for a bump with ball cam on, which is kind of weird. I thought you would just turn it off, but yeah, Squishy 2 times in this exact position just left ball cam on and drove through the box, kind of, I guess, faking a demo, but he's not even looking at the off the ball. Joyo, nope. He's fully on the hunt. In fact, he drove into the net to get it. He's committed, and that's the smart play. You got to just turn off ball cam and go for the bump. NRG definitely need to do that more. Monkey Moon getting a much harder hit on that ball than Joyo expected, but Joyo recovered well. And Vatira is just like, how do you play this guy? how do you play against this? What is happening? Like, Vatira is unreadable. Like, what even is this play? Just like pre-flip, lean back reset, wave dash to pop the ball miles over the top of the second man. Chips it into the middle, Mark right is there, but jeez, Vatira is he's unplayable sometimes. This is just insane. So smart little infield there by Monkey. Mark denied the near post shot. Extra with a reset, didn't get the recovery though. Monkey Moon, consistent defense. Review KC and explain why they struggle. I could maybe do that another day, not tonight. This will be the last replay we watch tonight. And of course, we got a long-looking car. I've been confidently informed that this is an Octane hitbox. Just flopping around waiting for an Octane to come in and actually hit the ball. Looked like that was called though, to be fair. It's a confident defensive play by Monkey Moon. Just getting behind the ball and rolling with it. Immediately diving into that second man position. And something you'll notice if you watch a lot of Monkey Moon play is the place that he wants to be when his teammates are like centering, well, especially when Mark is centering, is he always tries to be just behind the ball, like right here. He's always in line with it. He's moving around in line with the ball. And then Extra tends to be a little bit off to the side. And this is a huge play, so you know, this might look like a fairly routine goal. But the difference is, and I'm sure that you guys will be able to agree with me after watching 4 replays of NRG doing this, Monkey Moon has 33 boost. Which NRG player in this position goes for the demo? No one. They all rotate back. They all go for 100 boost to this point. Maybe Garrett would think about going for the demo. Everybody's going for that boost over there. They're going to be like, oh, that looks good. I'm going to go get that. That's NRG. Not Monkey Moon. Monkey Moon, as soon as he realizes that this ball is maybe going to be a center ball, like right here, watch the moment he realizes he's not going for the demo, now he's going for the demo. Now what changed? Why did he suddenly make that turn? You might be wondering. Well, let's watch what happened. Joyo looks like he's going to hit it. Now if Joyo hits this, what happens next, chat? What happens next? If Joyo hits this ball, what happens next? Who has the ball if Joyo touches this ball? Who will have the ball next? Not Mark. Rise. Is Mark on the screen right now? No. Is Rise on the screen next to the ball? Yes. It's going to go... If Joyo like pops this ball into the corner, which is what he's trying to do, Rise will have the ball. Rise is already moving over there. But Joyo like pops it in such a way that actually Monkey Moon realizes Rise might not have that. So now he realizes how close Mark is. And what happens if Mark gets this ball is he's going to just plop it into the corner. It goes center for Extra. And Extra's got a free shot. So as soon as Monkey Moon realizes that actually Rise isn't going to get that, right there, so he sees Mark moving in, he's like, oh, immediately knows that the demo is the play, which is really, really impressive. To know that in this moment, that demo is just a goal, that's crazy. Like, he just realized that Mark's going to get there first. And I don't even know, like, after watching this so many times, I don't know how he realized. Now, like, as soon as he starts boosting, that's when he realized that Mark is actually the player who's getting that ball. That's crazy to me, because I don't know how he could even see that from here. It looks like Rise has got it, right? Rise looks like he's got it, but nope. Mark gets there, demo, call. Like, not many players would have spotted that opportunity to demo. It's very, very high level. Unless you're in Plat. Maybe Platinum players would spot that opportunity to demo, but really they're not even looking at what's happening. They're just seeing somebody that they could demo. They're thinking, I could demo that guy. Oh, nice, it worked. They don't know why, but yeah, Monkey Moon's like on another level right now. But yeah, he just realized that there was no threat. He realized that there was no hard clear coming in. That particular touch from Joyo, the position Rise was in, there was no immediate threat of a boomer towards the BDS net, so he just stayed in attack. Just stayed up with 30 boost, demo, Extra's got an open net. Rise is more likely to get challenged. Yeah, he saw where Mark was, he saw where Rise was, and he made a very good immediate snap call to just go for the demo on the third man, who no way saw that coming, because it was like so random that Monkey Moon would still be in the attack there. So unpredictable. Saying that Monkey Moon is plat. No, what I'm saying is that Platinum players do certain things at pro player level and they don't even know that they're doing it. For example, Platinum players are really good at ignoring someone who is beating them to the ball. Now, if you're higher level than Platinum, if you're like Grand Champ or above, and you see somebody beating you to the ball, most players will adjust their approach into some kind of blocking touch or a dunk or a pre-jump. They'll change what they're doing because they realize that they're getting beaten to the ball. Plat players and below, they don't even realize they're getting beaten to the ball. They are being beaten to the ball, but they don't even notice, and they just go straight for the ball. Then the other guy whiffs it, and they just hit the ball. But if you're higher level than that, you see the other guy going for the ball, you change what you're doing, then he whiffs, and now you whiff as well, because you didn't expect him to whiff. You thought you would hit it. Now, pros are also quite good at this, because what they're good at doing is realizing, well, there's no point in me going for this unless he whiffs. So I'm going to imagine he whiffs, because my entire point in this play is worthless if he doesn't. So the highest percentage play is to imagine that he's whiffing, and there we go, boom, he whiffed, now I've scored. But usually the pro player whiffs will be much, much more technical and advanced clears, advanced saves, advanced touches, and that's why pros are reading each other whiffing. They're like, maybe this guy whiffs it because this is a super difficult read, and I'm just going to go, because there's no point in trying to play off what he's doing, because he's more likely that he misses. That's what pros are thinking. But yeah, high level players who aren't pro find it very hard to ignore the opponent. When you're going up for an aerial, and then a defender jumps, and they've got a super difficult read, it's very hard to ignore what they're doing and just focus on your shot. But Plats make it look easy. They don't pay attention to what anyone else is doing. So that's what I mean, like, a Plat in that position, they don't even realize that there's a ball. They're just like, oh, cool, I could demo this guy. Sick, got him. And, oh, nice, my teammate scored. Like, they're not even thinking about what else is happening. They're just going for the demo, because why not? That's what I mean. Then if you're higher level, you're probably like, uh-oh, I'm out of position, I gotta rotate. But not Monkey Moon. He's like, I'm gonna go for the demo. Because he knows what will happen if he does. Yeah, BDS have looked messier in this game than your average NRG game. Type 1 if you agree. This has looked like a messy, scrappy game. There's been like lots of very awkward positions where everybody's out of boost and everybody's not able to do anything. And this is why running into the Fall Major, so many people thought NA was better than EU by a mile. People thought NA was miles better. In fact, I think somebody on the First Touch podcast predicted that all of the top 4 in the Fall Major would all be North American teams. Top 4 would all be NA. That was a prediction. An unironic prediction. And I think every other prediction that I saw had at least 3 NA teams in the top 4 and all had an NA Grand Final. All NA Grand Final. So all of that turned out to be way off. And the reason is because a lot of these awkward positions that you're seeing are forced. They look awkward because the players prefer to stay active in the play with low boost than to run away and do nothing with 100 boost. So little plays like this just looks awkward. It looks like everybody's terrible. Like, what is happening? There's just like 4 players on the ball. But it's because none of them want to leave the play. They don't want to do nothing. They'd rather influence the play in some way. I'm actually going to switch to Extra for overtime because I think he makes a big play at the end of this game. So the key when you're watching, and if you want to really understand what good Rocket League looks like, is try and tell the difference between a forced mistake and just a mistake for no reason. Because a lot of people will see a whiff and think, well, that was bad. But actually they don't realize that it's happened because somebody stole their boost 5 seconds ago, and now they weren't able to make the play they wanted. Oh, is this a big play? No, not quite. You're hoping to see NRG learn more from the major. Seems they're playing the same now. I think the team in NA that is the most disappointing at the moment is FaZe, because they look like they absolutely have changed nothing. Oh, look at this play from Extra. That is such a sick mind game. So notice what he does here. He fakes that he's going to air roll into the ball, or he fakes that he's going to center this by popping it and then just immediately flicking it middle. Watch this. Air rolls around, makes it look like he's going to flip into the ball. Is he flipping into the ball? Nope. He just jumps back onto the wall. Notice the direction his car is facing when he jumps here. I'm going to put this on half speed just so you can take it all in. Actually, quarter speed. This is so clean. Air rolls around. Makes it look like he's planning to dodge into the ball here. But he knows if he does that, it's just going to go over the net. So there's no point. Monkey Moon will not get there. So what he does, jumps at this angle, which actually propels him back onto the wall, gets another touch, lands on the wall, and then he's able to get another touch with the 3rd jump that he's used in this play. He's used 3 jumps in this play because he got the reset on the wall. And Monkey Moon's just waiting the whole way. That's so hard to read. And Joyo, I think, had not a lot of boost here as well. He had like 23. And he sees, yeah, he pre-jumps, because look where he sees Extra going. He fell for Extra's touch. He's like, oh, Extra's going to hit this. So I better get up in the air. Wait, he's not hitting it? Oh. Very, very hard to see this. They don't do that in NA. Actually, if you showed me that play and asked me which region is it, I would be like, I don't know. It could be NA. NA is really good at making big plays. Big solo plays, big passing plays. NA is great at that. The thing that NA are not good at is just like staying on the ball with low boost, staying relevant in plays with low boost, like just being aggressive, forcing mistakes. There's just a lot of rotation for the sake of rotating. A lot of like players just leaving the play to go get 100 boost. Johnny Chat always hating NA. Well, yeah, I mean, my chat's always like just memeing. But I always want to like draw the line where I actually think it is. I'm not just going to go and say that NA is worse at everything, because I don't think that's true. I think NA is like very close to being at the same level, but there's just a very, very like large difference in play styles. I mean, watching this game, this is like, when I watch this, I'm thinking this is a like really high level game. These teams are like playing so aggressively, and they're making life so difficult for each other. But a lot of people will watch this game and think, well, these guys are trash. They're just like driving around with no boost, flipping into the ball at regular intervals. But you have to like understand what high level Rocket League looks like to appreciate EU. And I fully believed that EU would win the fall major. I really did. Based on what we saw in the run up to it, which was mostly more of this. Like we just saw lots of chaos in EU and lots of like speedy rotation in NA. The real truth of the matter, ladies and gentlemen, is that we baited them. We baited them. We told everyone that average speed is the difference, and we proved it with statistics. The NA was just slower numerically. And then they spent all of the new RLCS season farming speed, but little did they know it was just a con the entire time. The ball chasing with no boost is in fact the better play than driving at supersonic to get 100. So we conned them. We tricked them all, and now we're reaping the rewards because we've adjusted the meta in EU's favor. Season 10 was just BDS. Yeah, do you know why? It's because in Season 10, Season X, BDS were the only team who were doing this. They were the only team who were like playing this style, and now EU has all learned this from them. Everybody copies BDS because they were just unbelievable. And NA didn't know that. They thought that NA was they thought that BDS was just getting wins because everybody else is trash, and that now BDS are also trash because they stopped winning. It was only when they realized how good BDS really were at the fall major that they thought, wait a minute, BDS might be onto something here. I really think they revolutionized the game with their like lack of rotation. They just stopped rotating in an orderly manner, and they're so hard to play against because of it. And it's not impossible for. I think that NA will have a better showing at the winter major, and like playstyle wise, the teams I like the most right now. Well, actually, you know, if we're just talking playstyle, I think SSG playstyle is pretty good, but the execution is just not there for them. They're definitely a little bit off with regards like synergy, efficiency, decision making. They're not on the NRG level when it comes to those things. And G2, I don't really know. Need to see more from G2 because they haven't really had a play style per se. They've had two very different events, so I need to see a third. SSG pretty consistent. The two events that they put up so far, they look pretty similar in terms of how they're playing. So I think it's more about execution for them. I like the game plan. Wasn't Arsenal tweeting that he wants to like get lessons from Mark by 8? And you can see a lot of that in the way Arsenal plays. He's trying to be active. He's trying to be disruptive. He's trying to be annoying to play against. And out of the NRG players, I think Garrett is definitely doing that the most. I think that could work. What do you guys think? Do you think Garrett by 8 could be a thing? Mark by G, Garrett by 8. I think Garrett by 8 can work. Garrett 8. GB8. Yeah, I like GB8. Garrett by 8. I think Garrett can do it. Like, he doesn't demo enough, but that's not like, the point. Isn't that I'm not saying he's marked by 8 now. I'm saying he could be, but he definitely just needs to be more unpredictable if he wants to be that. I mean, if anybody wants to be marked by 8 replica, they got to be so unpredictable. The advantage Mark by 8's got is he's been doing it with his team for so long that they can actually read him, whereas other teams struggle to read him because they only get to play against him every now and then. But I like, the Garrett Neo Tokyo game. He was boost starved quite a lot and just like staying on the ball, forcing 50s, doing a lot of work, doing a lot of the dirty work. And if he can do that, to be honest with a player like Justin on NRG, that should pretty much be what Garrett and Squishy are trying to do, is just try and boost Justin into being Monkey Moon. But in order to do that, like if Justin is to be Monkey Moon or to be as effective as Monkey Moon, he needs to stop ditching the play to get boost. He needs to stay in the play more. Because I don't really like Monkey Moon just doesn't ditch a play for boost. And Justin does quite a lot. Then Squishy extra, yeah, I could see this. I could see him being an extra role. Is this what coaches tell their team or not? I mean, I've got no idea, mate. I've got no idea what NRG's game plan is. If I was if I was to, you know, listen into NRG's secret coaching sessions with Sis, if I was a fly on the wall, I would be at this point shocked if they were not trying to demo more, because I know the whole commandments meme happened, but if they are not actively trying to demo more in their games, I don't know what they're doing. Like, they have so many plays where they're just driving around with ball cam on and they're not looking for the third man. They're not demoing. So they got to do that. They've got to. It's part of the game. It works. I don't NRG just buy BDS and move them to NA. That's an idea. Just move Justin, Squishy, and Garrett to the content team. NRG demoing more is something I'd like to see more as an RL enthusiast. I mean, same, man. I mean, where was it? There was like I swear there was a play where I was just really confused to see ball cam still being on. I swear there was a play. Don't remember where. I think it was on this map though. Where was it? Oh yeah, this is it. So if just in case, because I know it's been a while since I showed it, but we were watching some NRG repo. We watched all the NRG replays. They played really well. Sort of our sweep phase. Totally outplayed them in all 4 games. But this is the play that like really confused me, because Squishy's past 1, and then Sipigal gets it past him, but he turns around and he sees Garrett about to hit the ball. And I was talking about it earlier that the only reason to leave ball cam on is if you think a pass is coming towards you, but that don't look like a pass to me. That looks like a 50-50. And there's a third man over here. So like, I thought you would just be turning off. I think this play like illustrates NRG's, like 2 of NRG's issues actually, is that they don't go for demos enough and they just ditch the play to get boost too often. Like, you guys can decide. I'll just play it. Like, I'm presenting the idea to you. You don't have to believe it. You don't have to agree with it, but that's my hypothesis. And here's the, you know, one example of it happening. Like, no real attempt for the demo on first killer. And you know, I know that the thinking for a lot of people is that, well, the ball didn't come into the middle, therefore it's fine. Therefore what you're saying is dumb. Look, AJ has the ball. But that's not how you should think about, like, especially 50-50s. Like this here, that's a 50-50. All manner of things could happen. The ball could bounce into the middle. It could just like deflect off this wall, go center. It could go straight up in the air, deflect off the ceiling and go center. It could go straight center if they're both positioned differently. There's so many different ways that the ball could center. Or it could like bounce into a position that Garrett can make another play on it. Like, there's so many different things that could happen. And in many of those cases, demoing the third man leads to a goal. But ball cam's on, we're not even looking. And then, you know, if the ball did center, Justin wouldn't have been there anyway because he just ditched. He's like, I don't have boost. I don't like having no boost. I'm out. It's like, just done with the play. So that, you know, this is just one game. This is just one moment in one game. But these are things I was aware of going into these replays. And I didn't have to look hard for it. Like, it's very obvious. It's very obvious. But that's what I think NRG could most benefit from, personally. Ball cam off, demo third man, stick around in the play with low boost. There you go. Now I think they're even better. They're already the best team in NA. Sis not doing his job. You know, with what I think it was Rizzo's Scuff podcast. Sis was saying, like, whenever he brings something up, they're just like, nah, I don't think that's it. I think Garrett actually quoted, like, or did his own rendition of a conversation between Sis and Squishy, where Sis says, I think we need to do XYZ. And then Squishy and Justin, who have been completely silent after a loss up until that point, suddenly come to life and they say, no, I don't think that's it. And then they actually start talking about what they think is the way to win. It seems to work. I mean, they win all the time in NA, so they've got a winning formula. Sis like gets them to come out of their quiet space and to actually speak, and then they win. And talking more, communicating is always important. So he's doing a good job in that regard. But if I were to guess, the thing that Sis is saying, that Squishy immediately shuts down and says, nah, I don't think that's it. Sis is like, you know, I'm not trying to, like, you know, break any rules here. I'm not trying to, like, you know, stir any drama, but I really feel like there's some moments in these games where Squishy, you could like turn off ball camming, demo the third man, and then Squishy's like, no, Sis, that's against the rules. We're not going to do that. We're not going to stoop to that level. Filthy Rocket League. And then Justin's like, here. Where did I leave my boost? And then the vibes are good. Everybody's laughing, and they win. That's like a very short list of issues. Like honestly, I think FaZe fundamentally have more issues with how they play, because it's harder to get it out of your head that you need to stop rotating a certain way and actually go to the ball than it is to look for demos. I don't know if any of you know the day where you were just like, you know what? I'm just going to demo more. And it's kind of like as soon as you do it, you're like, oh my goodness, that's so easy. I'm out the game, ball cam off, demo. You're like, I'm out the game, but my team's attacking, demo. We're just turning off ball cam immediately, no thought, demo. It's very easy to like flip that switch. But, remembering or knowing that you should just automatically like go back towards the ball and not ditch your teammate, or that you should be up for a ball because your teammate's last man defending the net and he wants you to go up. Like these are much harder things to do differently. Like that's very ingrained. Like changing your decision making in that regard is quite hard. Do you think FaZe could make the BDS level of play? I mean, FaZe potential is up there with anyone in the world, but they just don't help each other out a lot in defense. They just leave each other alone, and they don't challenge the ball soon enough until it's too late. So I think that if I were to guess, I think that NRG's issues are much easier to address than FaZe. But in offense, they're very effective. They're very good. Both teams are very effective in offense. I think because of the like constant back and forth that NA seems to have, like when one team is leaving to get boost, that gives the other team more space to get boost, and everybody has boost, and there's less goals happening because everybody has boost. And there's less like randomness because everybody has boost. So like when that happens, you tend to have a lot more back and forth. And I think I'm gonna say when, because I think they will change, but I think when NA adapts and when the top teams, like let's say NRG FaZe, I think when they adapt, we're going to see a lot more sustained pressure, kind of like what you see from G2, where they're not always going for the immediate goal. They're just trying to keep the other team in defense until something goes wrong, and then they score, which is very, very good attack. We'll see if G2 can keep doing that. So yeah, G2, I'll have to see. Like I say, I have to see one more event from them, see if they're actually going to consistently be at that level.